Namaste everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to this session, this collective reading. If you're new here, then do subscribe for more notifications. If you've been here, then thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Let's get started and let's dive deep into the message that we have for this one. You may or may not resonate 100% with this one, but if you're here, then it's definitely not a coincidence. So the first card that I've picked out is Three of Swords, and this card is actually telling me that you have gone through a period of difficulty or hardship. I can also sense another person's energy here, so this could be definitely a twin flame reading, and I sense a period of difficulty and hardship, but it's on a romantic or emotional level. However, there was maybe a feeling of being cheated, and there are some other cards also that I've picked out, and most of them are, actually all of them are positive, but Eight of Cups can actually fall into both negative and positive category, because tarot is like in every different context, the card means different things. So when I look at the other cards, I feel that this is more of a positive card here. What I'm being shown is that you walked away from a certain situation, or someone else walked away from you because there was some kind of confusion, there was a feeling of heartbreak, and there was a feeling of betrayal, or there was a feeling of upset towards God, towards destiny. Because when some other people become a part of a story, become a part of a situation, and they can make decisions, and those other people are the ones who decide the fate of people who are in love, then I think that's where that feeling of anger towards God crops in. So what I'm being shown is that your person, it could be the one you assume your twin flame to be, because now we have so many different labels, and I think some people get very triggered and confused. Some, I think, also get triggered because they have gone through a lot in the twin flame ascension journey. So when they hear something positive about divine masculine or divine feminine, they are so angry and so upset. They go like, no, this is just not possible. And some people get triggered because they've actually dated a narcissist, a hardcore narcissist who really did not care about their feelings, and they assume that this was the one, or this was the divine counterpart, and later on, when that does not happen or did not happen, it left a big hole in the heart, and they felt like, how could this be? They were angry then, and they're still angry because they have not transmutated those feelings. The feeling of anger still remains in them. So no matter which relationship they go to, or in some cases they might be scared to get into a relationship, because after you date a narcissist, it takes a long time for a person to get into another relationship, because they are so traumatized by that experience of being with the narcissist that they cannot actually imagine themselves being in another relationship. They fear that this too is going to be like that. And of course, till the time they have not healed their wounds, same things keep happening. That's the impact of a really horrible, toxic, narcissistic relationship. But on the contrary, you will notice that the narcissist will find someone very easily. When I say very easily, I'm not talking about they have waited for you or you waited. If they did not wait for you, they probably waited for things to cool down, like the emotions, the negativity, the pain to cool down. So maybe after breaking up with you 2 years, 3 years down the line, they found someone. Now that definitely means that it's not a cold-blooded narcissist, and I'll tell you why. Because narcissists are so good in this charade of love, and they're so good with getting someone to believe that they were the victim. I mean, it's their story of the life. Their whole life is about playing the victim, the narcissist I'm talking about. And they instantly sometimes get another person, instantly, literally, it's actually unbelievable. And in many cases, they already have someone as an option. They could be two-timing, or they could be just flirting with someone. They could be chit-chatting on messages. They could have even gone out for a party or two, and you would have never known. Like, the other person who becomes the new entrant in their life was literally always there. And they could have even shared their sob story with this person to gain sympathy. They could have even said that, oh, my girlfriend is like this, oh, my boyfriend is like this. And this is not gender specific, so it can happen literally to anyone, whether you're a man or a woman, or whichever sexuality you have. So in my opinion, this person, whosoever I'm talking about right now, in true love, this is not the case. Usually this is not the case. Both parties take some time off of each other when the relationship doesn't work out. They can try to build their own career, or they can do some other activities which helps them forget that relationship. And then of course, yes, they can be into another relationship, or they can date someone, or they can like someone. Here I'm being shown a bit of combination going on. I mean, it could be possible that some of you were heartbroken because of a narcissistic relationship, and that relationship made you realize that someone else was actually a much better person, a much better lover, because they did not treat you so badly, they did not harm you in these toxic ways. I'm being shown, I was given the guidance that your twin flame still loves you and yearns for you. Due to inner work, they are either out of the karmic situation, which means that maybe after you they got into another relationship. It was a karmic relationship, and karmic relationships happen both to masculine and feminine. And I'll tell you, when feminine say that no, it has not happened to me and I'm not into karmics, it's because usually feminines take a bit more time to find other karmics, because feminines have this emotional energy, so they are kind of grieving more. Not every feminine, again I would say not every female. So literally there are so many permutations and combinations, but I'll still try to give you the download as how I have received it, and then you can maybe tell me what your situation is, and then share it with other people also. Sharing is caring, or caring is sharing. Both are correct. So I was told that because of their karmic situation, first of all, they had to suffer. Why did they get into the karmic situation in the first place? Because they had to really walk out of a lot of expectations that were being built up. The heartbreak did not really come from the two people directly, but it came because so many people were involved and too many cooks spoiled the broth. It could be the mother on the girl's side, the mother on the boy's side, the father-mother combo, or it could be just one parent combo. I mean, one dominating parent could have just said to them that no, you need to do this because this is the right thing to do, and if your partner is treating you this way, then they may not be in love with you. Maybe the other person was confused, they were not ready to get married soon, or they were not ready to make like a big announcement, or it could be like they had some dream and they wanted to go for their dream, but the other person got insecure. They felt that, oh, if this person is going away for this job or for this dream, maybe they don't love me and they'll never come back to me, so on and so forth. So lots of things can take place. Before anyone gets triggered, I'm actually giving this disclaimer because some people have told me that my situation is not this, but you're talking about this in the channeling session. If you feel that you want to discuss your individual story and you want to work on yourself, or you want to get the energy reading, you want to determine who's your twin flame, who's your soulmate, who could be a catalyst, or whatever you have gone through in the journey, because sometimes the twin flame journey can seem to be a bit delusional. Yeah, it can make a person feel delulu, and it can also be like a lot of confusion. You might not know who's doing what and why is this happening, or when will it get healed. And then when people spend a long time in the twin flame journey, at least 7-8 years plus, then they realize that, oh my god, they need to heal the family curses, they need to do so much healing in the familial bonds, and because of the familial bonds also you could be attracting all these strange relationships and strange people, in which sometimes a true partnership can also get impacted. A true partnership, a true lover, a true beautiful love story gets impacted because of this. So what's happening is that even though your twin flame loves you, they yearn for you, maybe you're in contact, you talk to each other, you're sending messages to each other, you meet each other, and maybe in some cases they've even confessed to you that they were really happy with you and things were going great with you, but they had a really bad karmic experience. For some people, this could also be runner-chaser dynamic, like them going to a person and then coming back to you, like running back in your arms, and this could be the initial phase of runner-chaser dynamic. And for some people, you could literally be in surrender stage. But there's one thing common, and that is that they learn from the karmic situation. They learn from the karmic situation. Now, how is the narcissist different? You would have to be really careful about who you're with. Is it a narcissist? Is it a family of crazy people, dark people, or is it really the person you want, really the person you love? Is it actually your twin flame or not? That is something that you need to figure out. And maybe in some cases, this can only be determined with the test of time. Yes, but still you can do your inner work, you can do your healing, because the impact of narcissistic abuse is really strong. It can give you a lot of trauma, it can give you a lot of stress, so you can actually just focus on yourself. And this could also be like trying to teach you that going forward you have to work on yourself. Whether you're a twin flame, a star seed, a light worker, whatever your situation is, the only way you can be happy and be at peace is by working on yourself. Because maybe your person is not a narcissist, but they could be raised by a narcissist, or there could be some other narcissistic societal pressures, like you have to get married at certain age, you need to have babies at certain age, you need to be earning this much or that much at certain age, and they could really be under those pressures. They may not be that free a person, and you also are not like that awakened, you're still in the awakening stages. So now there are other problems that you don't want to deal with, because you have moved on from the old energy, and I'm being shown that your heart chakra has actually expanded more than it had expanded earlier. In any case, if they have made an offer to you, if they have confessed to you, you basically want them to take responsibility. You want them to be more responsible. You want them to actually remove certain things that triggered you in the past, or the things that became a problem in the past. So you want to also probably see them releasing their addiction patterns. They could be having some serious addiction issue, or it could be a subtle addiction, like things that they just cannot let go of and it really impacts you. But I think what I'm being shown over here is that the positive thing that I can see in this card is there is love, there is harmony, and there is mutual feelings. So this is not a one-sided feeling. There are mutual feelings, mutual respect, and this is extremely required in any type of partnership. So for those whose karmic really impacted you, I mean your karmic also and the other person's karmic also, if it really impacted you but you're out of it and you feel much better now in whatever situation you're in, and the other person also kind of understands your situation. Like earlier they would not have understood you, but now they have developed an understanding, because they could compare you with someone, like they could compare you with someone really toxic. It also happens that if you fall in love, like you find love, sometimes in some cases two people don't even know if it's love. Like it's a good relationship, it's a happy relationship, but as I said, the naysayers and those who interfere a lot in other people's relationship, they might just come up to you and say, or in this channeling they might have, just told these people that this is not a good relationship, this is not how a good relationship works. I mean, you'll have to make a lot of efforts in this relationship. It's all going to be about money. There will be so much materialism. You'll have to buy them a lot of gifts all the time. Or this family is not up to the mark. This is not... I mean, let me tell you, the naysayer or the villain can also be on your side. Maybe you are earning a lot of money. You're the ATM machine of your family. And your family doesn't want to let you go to someone else. You will be a bit shocked to know, but this also happens, especially if it's a narcissistic mother who has a lot of control over the child's income. She cannot see the income going to someone else, or she cannot even see the child, the daughter or the son, go somewhere else, because it's like it can directly affect their lifestyle, or it can directly affect them getting all the luxuries. Maybe the narcissistic mother has a favorite child and she feels that if this other person gets married, if my other child gets married to someone else, or they settle down with someone else, then who's going to look after the expenses of my favorite child? Maybe the favorite child is still young, or maybe the favorite child needs a lot of upkeeping. Whatever the situation is, I can sense that this type of energy could also be there. Maybe the villain is on the other side, but maybe the villain is on your side also. However, inner work helps a lot. And sometimes it's destiny. Maybe God has actually put you in that situation for your good. You having a narcissistic mother who doesn't allow you to marry your person, a father also, a mother also, whosoever, or both together, they don't allow you to marry the one you love, could be because there is some karmic balance that they need to resolve, like you need to resolve with them also. There is some contract that needs to be worked out. And if you marry that other person, the one you love, then that contract will never get worked out. And the other person also needs to be at par with understanding the karmic energy, because if you two people love each other, if it's true love, then possibly you are both very powerful spirits, like very powerful souls, and you're here for some really amazing work. So God wants you to focus on your mission work first. Of course, love is always going to be there, and when you do your mission work or whatever your purpose on earth is, so Lord had planned it, Source had planned it in such a way that everything eventually looks like it was perfect. All the opposition you faced, it could be possible that it's not really a narcissistic parent, but it's a very insecure parent. Maybe they look up to your partner as somebody who they can never match up to, who they can never fit, or they feel that this person is going to bring a lot of upheaval in the household. I mean, whatever it is, there is definitely heartbreak, because that was the first card. There was heartbreak and there was walking away. Okay, walking away from the situation, walking away from the drama, walking away from the story, you know, walking away from the unfulfilling relationship which did not look perfect at that point in time. Whatever that was giving you pain, only to realize that this was not even pain, this was the illusion of pain. Later on you realize it. Later on it dawns onto you with the Six of Cups. With the Six of Cups, the person actually travel back to their previous situations, or they reconnect with the time, the past that has gone by, not in a negative way, but it actually makes you feel that there was so much harmony and love. The giving and receiving without expectation was happening so smoothly. So you could be revisiting the past, or you could be feeling the joy of the past, but that happened after you had gone through all of the karmic situations. And with your person, it's very easy to communicate with them. Like, even when you're angry, you can fight with them, you can argue with them. So when you think about how you got separated, how your breakup really happened, it kind of shocks you. It looks like it had to be destined. Everything had to be destined. But now what I'm being shown is that you want this person to still, you know, there is some kind of responsibility you want them to take. They love you and you love them, and they did not find peace with anyone else, and they had never forgotten you. They were never able to forget you. So obviously this person, they shower you with love, with compliments, with phone calls or meetings, you know, things like that, and gifts, a lot of gifts they give you. I mean, things that they probably didn't do last time. Some things they did last time, but now they want to do more of it. Now they feel that you truly deserve it, you know. You deserve it, and maybe they also feel bad for the lost time. You could have dated other people, or you could have just remained single, done something else, and they feel like, you know, they could have lived with you during those years. It's not just about you, it's also about them in this case. Like, they also feel that they lost so much important time and they want to make up for it. Their heart chakra has expanded and their energy is better, but I can pick on to some materialistic energy that still rules their mind. Some 3D energy, some sansaric energy. They could still be into sansaric situations, and they're unable to sometimes disconnect from the illusions or see through the illusions. Whosoever has strong feminine energy, strong creative energy, strong lateral thinking energy, you are able to see through the illusions. It could be possible that they've done really well in certain areas of their life, and you have done certain great things in some other areas of your life, but you have definitely realized that your relationship and your life had an important purpose from the very beginning, and that purpose is more and more visible to you now, because you are doing inner work, because you are working on yourself in a way that you are okay to look at your flaws. You are happy to in fact find flaws. You're not triggered by your flaws. You're not irritated by your flaws. If someone tells you, hey, this is what you need to work on, maybe a therapist, maybe a healer, maybe a friend, an advisor, or maybe just your own self, you figure out that, okay, this is a flaw in me. You don't get triggered by it. Usually people get triggered by it and they stop doing the inner work because they want everything to be easy peasy, like a smooth sail. But we all know that cannot happen, right? So those who are willing to work on themselves, those who have understood the whole thing that twin flame journey brings into their life, and those who have seen a lot of change. I mean, they have come from no contact to contact. They have come from no communication to a lot of communication. They have come from no confession to confession, no acceptance to acceptance of their mistakes, of your own mistakes, whatever things happen to you. So you're seeing a before after kind of situation. So those who can see before after situation, they are the ones who will resonate a lot with this. Otherwise, this could be a timeless situation. This is about to happen to you in future. So you're definitely going to resonate with it. You know that it can happen to you also. You intuitively feel it. You feel it. This is going to happen. You are going to attract a healed relationship, even if there are things that you need to work through. But all of the situations that you've gone through in the past was actually leading to you becoming a better version of you. Actually, someone was asking me, how do you know that your twin flame journey, the romantic part of it, or the love, the part of it which really makes you feel mushy and you kind of blush, how does it all work out is when the person who gave you the twin flame trouble, like all the trouble that people talk about, the things that, twin flame journey makes you go through, the chaos, the confusion, the feeling of being delusional, the crying, and the years of sometimes waiting, or the karmic relationships, all of that. After all of that, and even in between, when you feel a sense of calm, you feel a sense of serenity, and you feel a lot of harmony within your own self, sometimes it can look like that your twin flame has actually turned into your soulmate, or into a soulmate simulation. The same person who was giving you difficulties, or you were going through pain and you felt that they don't understand you, or there were a lot of arguments and fights, and after all of the experiences they had, you had, now the same person is so nice to you. You feel like it's a soulmate connection. It's no longer a twin flame connection. And this is the reason why I always say it, that twin flame is an energy. In the beginning, in the initial stages, this energy is very raw. It has not worked its way up, it has not risen. The Kundalini, basically the Kundalini and the Ida Pingla simulation coming in together, that is twin flame journey in English, twin flame ascension. So when you ascend, of course, that twin flame energy ascends. What is twin flame? The two opposite polar energies which are in duality. When they ascend, it starts all merging into singularity, into one thing, And then you realize that, okay, polarity is not bad, and, we all basically mirror each other, and everything is all right, and everything is great. There's nothing wrong with anything, to be honest. So I'm being shown that if you do not resist and you go with the flow, then you can allow the energy of the universe to flow through you. And this way you are going to be closer to your goal. I mean, don't question it. Don't question it. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel bad. Just do it. If you feel that it's happening as per divine timing, and there is some invisible power, some supreme energy at play, then definitely you must let go. Now, in some other cases where you feel that your twin flame is a separate person and your soulmate is a separate person, because this also can happen. You can have a twin flame relationship and you can have a separate soulmate relationship. You'll actually feel that with twin flame, there is love and there is romance and there are a lot of things going on, but with the soulmate, you feel supported, you feel guided, you feel they respect you, And many a times people who are in mission work and they get into the stage of harmony, then they keep doing the mission work with their soulmate. Nobody has a problem with that. Everybody is cool because everyone is in pure energy. Even the person who you assume as your twin flame, even they won't have an issue because you are doing it in a very smooth way. I mean, I have seen people who are married to someone, but they have a mission. I've personally seen it with my own eyes. They have a mission, and in the mission, they are with their soulmate, full 100%. And they have such a beautiful understanding. And the twin flame could be absolutely opposite. They might not have any interest in their mission, they might not have any interest in hobby, but they could have a lot of interest and they could care a lot for their person. They might not have the same desires or notions. I mean, desires, I'll still not speak about that over here, because there are some desires that look like desires, but they're also inspired action. So yeah, they could be absolutely different, and they may not understand the world that this mission oriented partner has, the inner work oriented partner, somebody who is so close to God, somebody who's so giving, so selfless, so kind, so compassionate. So they love that person. They love that person. They could be not like that person, but they love that person. So that also comes with harmony and illumination. So eventually when you have union, yes, you can have a twin flame and you can have a soulmate separately also. So I'm being shown that you feel a different type of love towards your soulmate, and it's a different type of love towards your twin flame, but it is definitely love. Like, you love both these people, but you don't mix anything into it. It's not cheap kind of love. There is no kinky stuff going on. There's no sexual stuff going on. Whatever it is, it's a pure relationship. Because of course people who are in mission, people who are volunteers, they don't do these type of things. Otherwise, how will they be a medium? Usually all the people who are in mission work, they are medium in some or the other department. They are caretakers. They are very kind-hearted people. They love people deeply. They care for people deeply. They don't have any expectations. Okay, if they're feeding a dog, they have some expectation from it. No. If they're feeding a cat, they have an expectation. No. If they're helping an old person, everything they do, it's without expectation. So they obviously like people like them. They can have multiple soulmates, and there is no count of how many soulmates you can have. They can have a lot of people who support them. They can have like a soul family, a soul group. So they love that person. It could be friendly, but it may not be romantic love. Okay? So it could be possible that your twin flame is not in the same healing journey as you are. They also have a journey. They also are getting healed, but it's a different type of journey. You could look at other couples where a lot of compromises are being made. So comparatively, you find your life to be much better. Yes, you could have seen other adults, you could have seen other people, and they're not happy, but they're just sticking around with each other. And it's like a very sad space to be in. Like, you see a couple who are together and they have a family, but they don't like each other, they don't respect each other. They're just with each other because of societal norms, or they're just with each other because they're okay with it, but they don't really pamper each other or shower each other with compliments or say something nice to each other. They don't go out anywhere. I mean, if they go out, it's only for the children, which is also not a bad thing to do. But even in a relationship, even in a couple between two people, they need to have some exchange of love, of compliments, of sweetness. You know, they need to love each other as well, not just love the children. But there are lots and lots of relationships which are not like that. So when you look at those people, those relationships which people are just dragging, people are just unnecessary, they're into it, it's not because of love, but it's just society. In simple terms, they're managing this relationship just for the sake of coexistence, just for the sake of following societal norms, or maybe some rituals, or I mean, they could be people like that who are not very expressive, or who don't know that they should express, they should care for a person, they should like show something. So when you look at these false relationships, you feel like there's a lot of acting going on over there. Your situation seems to be far, far better. You sometimes feel that it's better to not be married, or it's better to be in a understanding kind of a relationship than be in a bad non-supportive marriage or relationship that focuses only on the body, or it focuses only on materialistic things. So overall here I'm being shown that the love is there, but it's not a very toxic situation. Sometimes it makes you happy also. You kind of feel nice that things are working out in such an interesting way. If, as I said, initial stages are there, runner-chaser dynamic is there, then also I think God is trying to tell you that it's not a permanent bad situation. Situations can be bad, but yeah, when you work on yourself, when you do your inner work, people are always going to be attracted to you. The only thing is, in Twin Flame Ascension journey, where you have the long separation, that means you have to really do amazing work on yourself. You're going to get polished, you're going to get cleaned up, you're going to get waxed, you're going to get into this big machine. They might just use some equipments on you. It might look painful. It could look like a scary tunnel where you're entering, it's all dark. Slowly and gradually you start getting accustomed to the dark spots, or then you can see there are some places where there's light in the tunnel also. I mean, it could be an interesting place to be in. It's not your permanent home. When you're out of the tunnel, when there's light at the other side of the tunnel, you are a completely new person. You're sparkling and you're shining. And whether it's harmony, whether it's illumination stage, whatever it is, of course, one thing is very clear, that you have learned a lot. And this life is all about learning that has been given to us. And if we don't work on ourselves, what else are we going to carry with us? This is the only thing that we can carry. We cannot carry a relationship with us. We cannot carry family. We cannot carry our own body. We can only carry the deeds. We can only carry the lessons. We can only carry the love. All the abstract things maybe, along with our soul, we can carry, and we then take it to that destination where again we can be assessed whether we did a good job or not, whether we have to go back again or not, or whether we completed our volunteering duties or not. All of that gets assessed at the end of our journey. This is not the end of the journey. There's a lot of things you are here to do, and lot of things you're here to learn. This is where I'm going to close this channeling session. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for being yourself. I will see you in the next video. You can get my book in the name of Love, A Journey of Finding Your Ultimate Soulmate. The link is given in the description box. It's only available on Amazon Kindle. Alrighty then, one love, peace out, and victory to Ram.